Well, it's the morning of day 2. We had a pretty good night. Went to bed on the early side, but we all collectively started our day really early yesterday since we all drove down. And yeah, the night was good. We didn't get any weather, at least none that I don't think any of us noticed. Went to bed. It was like right around 30. It actually warmed up a little bit overnight by like 2-3 degrees. And everyone's finishing up their breakfasts.
It's the treads on the shoes.
Oh, you never saw it before?
No.
So, Ultra puts little footprints on the bottom of their shoes. Kurt never noticed that before. Yeah. Mine have the same thing.
Don't smell it.
Yeah. Good morning. Good night. Goal today is to get to Lion's Head. Our weather has changed a lot, which isn't surprising for this area. It went from being a wintry mix of rain, ice, and who knows what else, to being low to mid 30s for the high, and no precipitation until about 4 p.m., which is, we should already be at camp and set up by then. The good thing about the way we planned out this route is if we get any really nasty weather, by the end of today, we'll be so close to the car that we could just hike out. But that was done with a purpose, because tomorrow is supposed to be the worst weather. Even earlier in the week when we were checking the weather, Sunday was supposed to be the worst. So we wanted to make Sunday a nice, short, easy day for everyone to get out. But I'm going to finish my coffee, and we'll see you guys on the trail. Yeah, this is, I like the vibe of this little section. On the western main group of trails going south through the wilderness, we're at the last point where we could either go off to Lion's Head or we could veer off. We've decided that we're going to save Lion's Head for another time. And always love having a reason to come back and explore more of a trail system, especially one as nice as this. This is where we're at. We parked here and we did this. We camped right about there, and then now we came down to here. Lion's Head is down here. We're going to skip that. We're going to cut across here and start working our way north towards the car again. The cool thing about that is it'll put us at Blackberry Knob earlier in the day, and if the weather moves in earlier, we should still get a nice view from there. And we're probably going to try to push for right up here. There was a really nice campsite along the stream. It'll give us nice shelter from whatever weather comes overnight. There's a water source right there next to camp. And I think Panda said it'll only be about a mile back out to the car tomorrow. So that'll be a nice hike out in possibly bad weather conditions. So that's what we're looking at right now. We haven't ran into much of this, but it's still here. A little bit.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
There's water on top. You ever see parkour done?
This is mudcore. You wearing those seal skins?
Yeah, I got the snake skins. Oh, that was deep.
Oh, you just went in?
Oh, man.
Did it go over the sock?
Oh, yeah, it did. No, it didn't go over mine.
All right, so yeah, we have, that's probably the second bad spot like that we've seen as far as the water goes here. That I think was bigger than the last section, but I feel like that one was easier to navigate. At least you had the stepping stones, and that made a big difference. I didn't use my trekking poles going across there, but normally I would like use one pole just for added stability, especially on those wide steps between rocks. But definitely not bad if you come here during a drier time. Even during what they consider to be dry for this area, you're still going to deal with the water, at least in certain spots. So we just came through a nice grove of pines, and we're walking through and we're wondering, why has no one made a campsite there? We came out to this. This is more open and exposed, but this is a nice spot. Someone definitely built a nice fire ring out here with a little couch. But this is a beautiful campsite. Campsite. You could hang all the hammocks and pitch all the tents out here. Very cool. Yeah, definitely like this. The one area back home, the Pincho Trail, we have a really nice pine section there that we like to camp in. Yeah, awesome. Nice to see that. We just finished lunch, and there's another campsite. Oh man, that is an awesome looking campsite. So there's another campsite down here that we could have eaten our lunch at, but it's right by the waterfall. Oh yeah. I would have threw my pack back on and came down here to eat my lunch.
Yeah, man, this is awesome.
Kurt's on the nice waterside couch. They have quite the fire ring here. Has sort of a Catskills kind of vibe to it. Just smaller rocks. But yeah, we're pretty sure we've seen every hiking environment that any of us have ever seen in like the northeast mid-Atlantic section of the United States. I mean, we were even hiking on sand for a little while. There's been no shortage of views between just what the trail has given us and the cool waterfall lunch break area. So it's definitely been really rewarding hike today. We are going to get to the Dobbin Grade Trail next, and we're going to decide if that will be the route we take to go to camp, or if we're going to take the Ravens Ridge Trail. The big separation between those two trails is Ravens Ridge. Raven Ridge is a decent climb to get up. So Dobbin's Grade would be the easier route, but that trail has has been the muddiest. Like, we hiked the other portion of it yesterday, and that was pretty muddy. You know, totally doable, but it was definitely muddy. Kurt just got done doing his public service thing, but we stumbled across this fire pit. It wasn't blazing, but it had a really good bed of coals that a nice little breeze could have sparked it right back up. And even though this area is wet, there's still enough dry stuff around that it could turn into a bad situation. So just be cautious of how you leave your fire rings. But just be careful. It's way too easy to start a big fire and not even realize it. And as KrizAkoni pointed out, we just walked through a swamp area, and there's plenty of water in this area that it could have been used to scoop up and clean, take out that fire. So even not having enough water on you isn't an excuse in this situation. But just be mindful, you know. These are spaces we all share, and we'd like to, you know, try not to damage them. So we're on Dobbs grade. Smitty and I, we made it through the water crossing with no issue. It's not so bad. The first step over there is a little bit rough. It's definitely the place where your foot's going to get wet. But everybody, the three over there, all have seal skins and ways to help remedy wet feet a lot easier than Smitty and I do. So situations like this are why I like to carry my poles, even though I don't use them very often.
Did I?
Awesome job.
Thanks.
That first step was the hard one. That's where I thought my foot was getting wet.
That's where the seal skins and the waterproof boots. You're just like, I'm just gonna step on it.
You made it across without getting wet.
Awesome.
Very proud. I do have the waterproof socks. You tell me that now.
Well, then you can go back and try again.
Okay.
The worst part.
So we are definitely getting the Dolly Sods experience now. We're on the Dobbins Grade Trail, the eastern part of it. Up. Kriz just soaked in. We are at camp. It is 4:25. We had a little bit of precipitation on the end of our hike getting back here, but we are at the campsite that we saw the first day. We cross the stream and we go that way, and the car is only a short walk. So the storm that they're calling for today, well, tonight and tomorrow morning, whatever happens, we will have a fairly easy walk back to the cars. So it won't be bad at all. But we have Skinny G and KrizAkoni. They have a little tent city going on here. I've got my setup right here. Got a little bit of view of the stream. I have a somewhat porch mode going on. I have it dipped down a little bit low just in case we do get any of that freezing rain, just a little extra protection. Smitty's over here on the other side of me. He's got the other little part of the like overflow section of the stream. Kurt's back here.
I said Kurt's antisocial. Antisocial.
Yeah, we have a somewhat questionable tree, so Kurt's on the opposite end of it. And it looks like if it does come down, it should hit the tree I'm on instead of hitting me. But I honestly, down in the little like ravine area that we're in, I wouldn't really expect any like crazy winds or anything like that. It seems to be relatively sheltered. So yeah, shouldn't be bad at all. Gonna finish getting my insulation out so it can start fluffing up. Probably gather a little bit of firewood and then make dinner. Not sure if I will bring you guys back at all tonight, but we'll see. It's morning. Got Panda with their lantern. Got Smitty, Kurt. Kriz is already probably across the water. But it's early. What time is it, guys? Do we know?
It's about 6-ish.
Alright, it's about 6 a.m. And we're gonna make our way out of here. It's dark, it's foggy, and this fun water crossing we had, we get to make this in the dark. Oh yeah, Chris's headlamp, he's over there. So, not sure how much of this you can see. I'm gonna put this away, make my way across the water, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
Pull there. Everyone tubing.
Everyone's starting their videos. We are at the end of our hike. It's still dark out. It's like a rain, sleet kind of thing going on here. We had a great hike. As far as what this place has to offer, we got really lucky. We didn't have to really, look at that, some icicles. We didn't really get it as nasty as a lot of people do. The weather held off yesterday because yesterday was supposed to be bad, but we got very lucky. And rain started last night after we made camp and continued to now, and down here it's supposed to rain all day. But great times with some great people. We couldn't ask for some better hiking companions. But I'll try to remember to put their links in the description. Go check out their version of this trip. I personally love always seeing the different perspectives of a trip. So I'm gonna go get out of these muddy, wet boots, shed some rain gear, and get a nice, warm, toasty car. But this is the Dolly Sods. I highly recommend it. And if you're nervous about the mud, stay away from the Eastern Dobbs Grade Trail and come here during the dry season. But yeah, we had very minimal mud. So yeah, come check it out. I highly doubt you'll be disappointed. See you guys later.